what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy mega episode 330, and we're recording on June 9th, 2025. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. No after hour segment this week because we got a mega 6-song episode because we skipped a week. We skipped a week because Warren is fresh back from the riots in LA, head in the clouds. He was there. He's here now. He's good. He's going to talk about that next week. Anita, during the break, went and saw 1OK Rock. She's going to talk about that next week as well. I did nothing. I had work, so that's me, I guess.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. All right. We got a long episode, guys. We got a lot of songs to talk about. We should
Dive right in.
Get into that. Big new releases. There's 6 songs. Let's talk about this. The 6 we're gonna cover. KIIRAS with their debut, "Kill My Boss," ENHYPEN, "Bad Desire," "With or Without You," ITZY, "Girls Will Be Girls," "Kiss of Life," "Lips, Hips, Kiss," IZNA, "Beep," QWER, "Dear." Let's sip some tea right at the beginning, guys. "Kiss of Life" didn't make top 6 in the voting, but we included them. That's the number one tea.
I appreciate the
I
transparency.
don't know how hard the fall off is in the big world since the live stream incident, the birthday live stream. But on our server, they're the shitter. So we still decided to cover them though. We're gonna see how things play out from here though. They kicked out the Dreamcatcher UAU debut unit song. Honestly, the mixing on that song is really bad for some reason. That's like the main thing people are talking about. Sadly, we're not going to cover that. Other than that, the 2 IU songs were both remakes, and IU fans might be hyped up for it, but it seems like everyone else is not as hyped up for remake songs. Is the best way I'll put it.
I think the album in general is like targeted towards the general Korean public, so
yeah,
look into it if you're into it. But otherwise, yeah.
All right, let's start at the top. We got KIIRAS with "Kill My Boss." They are from Lean Branding. This is their official debut. They're a 6-member group, and the one that is notable out of the 6 is Ling Ling, who who competed on Island Season 2 to make IZNA. She did not make it, and she is from Malaysia, and she was pretty popular on the show. She had pretty high vote totals then. But that is the main person of note debuting in this group, along with Kurumi, Harin, Kylie, Doyeon, and Roa. But this is one country-ass K-pop song. Now, give me a second. We gonna go to the hoedown real quick. I got my cowboy hat here.
Cowboy hat, Doug.
I might not be from the South or the Midwest, but we went to Michigan, so I know all about the Midwest here. And in my dorm freshman year, it was all white guys and me. We were into some Zac Brown bands. We were into country music back. I had a country music 2-year stretch, dude. It was weird, but it happened.
Wow. Okay.
There it is.
Good for you.
Hey, this song is so out of left field, though. But the weird thing is, I don't hate it. I think it's fun.
It's interesting. I'll give you that.
The vibes are good, right?
I feel like my takeaway has been the energy is there.
Yes, the energy's good.
Yeah. Regardless of whether you like country music or fucking hoedown music, the energy's there. They're having fun. I'll give them that. You know what I mean?
It's pleasant. Now the lyrics are diabolical. We'll get to that later. But the actual sound of the song, it has a lot of the country motifs and twang in the back. And if a country singer was gonna make a K-pop song, it would sound like this. Honestly,
you think?
So I honestly think so. If you were to smash the 2 genres together, so I kind of like it. I don't know why, but I enjoyed this one.
I think the biggest characteristic that makes this track country more than anything is the upbeat hoedown sample loop in the background. It's very fast. It's a little. Yeah, there's a little banjo. It's very mid heavy. It's constantly there throughout the song, whether you like it or not. It's just there. That's one part of it. I do think the melody, the way it was written, for the most part, did consider that it's coming from a country background. For all full transparency, country's not a genre I'm particularly familiar with. I know the major names. I know Zach Bryan. I know that it's been having a bit of a uptick with Post Malone and
True.
the last Beyonce album, right? but like other than like Texas Hoedown and like my two weird...
Y'all know Jelly Roll? Y'all know Jelly Roll?
No,
I
what's
think
that?
I do.
Wait, he's one of the bigger country artists right now.
Oh really? I don't know who that is.
It's a big dude. His name is Jelly Roll.
What a strange name.
He got a ton of face tattoos too.
Dang.
I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time, I did like country fiddle music when I was in high school.
You did? I've seen the videos.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yes.
I used to play fiddle on my violin and like jump around and do like Irish fiddle music along and all that.
Dang.
That being said, like this is obviously like not like my field of expertise at all, if you will. but given that, like I felt like the vocal styles, the melodies, all of it was really well suited, and like I got the sense that they had a good idea of what they wanted to execute, and they just kind of got there. Like for example, like the vocals on the group members were like not the craziest and the most impressive I've seen at all, but like at the same time, the style felt very, very appropriate for the genre and like the right amount of twang, if you will. You know what I mean? Like it was good. And then they threw in a little trap drums and like I was like okay, like I see what.
I also looked it up. Every single person who worked on this song, none of them are white. They're all Korean people. So I don't know how they came up with this. It's impressive. I was expecting to see like the composition or the arrangement, and they'd be like one white person. I'd be like, oh, and I click their thing and it says, oh, they're from Tennessee, and I'd be like, all right, this makes more sense. It's all Korean people.
Interesting.
Hey, that's impressive. That's impressive. They honestly, I feel like they captured the country. Like, if a Korean had to like sort of think, what would a country sound like? I think they captured it pretty well, honestly. And as Warren was saying, I think they had enough twang, enough like strings and banjos and stuff without going too much. Because I think it borderline getting too much the background noise at certain points. But I think they honestly carried it through pretty well. As a whole,
I still did feel like at certain points, like I'm having trouble figuring out my opinion on this, but like a couple times I was listening to it, I was like, this is getting a little too much. Like,
yeah,
the main sample loop with the banjo never changes.
It's the whole time.
Right. It's sure there's a couple like low pass filters on it or something, but like other than that, like it's just constantly there. And the fact that the banjo loop sounds less like, I'm gonna be real. It's at some points I'm convinced it's country music, but at some points it sounds like YouTube background, like royalty free, like you know what I mean? Like
it's like
right.
Over and over
it sounds like the monkey song bum 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 bum.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah, like it kind of sounds like royalty free like background YouTube music that I couldn't. At some points, it feels all right. At some points, once you start paying attention to it, it's like, oh my god, it's there the whole time. And at some points, I feel like it's appropriate. At some points, it feels way overdone and a bit too much like they're playing into a stereotype of white country music could sound like. And I don't know. You could ask me again in 2 hours. I might tell you it sounds like a meme. But like right now, I'm like, okay, like we're borderline there. We're not fully there. I see the execution. I see the vision. Okay, like I see what they're trying to. You know what I mean? Like I respect the ballsy move to debut your entire group with a mix of genres that is completely new to K-pop, but at the same time, it's very trendy. You know what I mean? Like I don't
trend forward. Yeah.
Right. Like it's not like I don't see where it came from. It's just very. Very unexpected.
Yeah.
Hey, my uncle, he's lived in Texas like 30 years now. He's a Korean cowboy. He wears boots and hats, dude. Like he's a Korean cowboy.
Damn.
And he accents some of the words because he's been down there so long with a little bit of twang, you know? That being said, like let's get to it. These lyrics are like bad. Like these are Gen 2 level, like Gen 2 K-pop English lyrics at some certain points of this song. Where you're like, number one, the song's called Kill My Boss, right?
Yeah.
Like I get sometimes when you work a terrible 9 to 5, you want to kill your boss. But like, why did we put dollar signs on it? It makes no sense in the context of the song. Like at all. It's not explained at all what that means.
Who's the boss? What job do you
And then like they start off with, "Are you ready to beat my heart?" And then they said like, "I came for utopia." Like it's like, what the F are we saying? It's gibberish at certain points. This song.
It was confusing because like they're like, "Kill my boss," but at the same time they're like, "Yeah, I know you're really into me right now. Are you ready to?" Like that whole bit.
Right? Is this like an inappropriate relationship we gotta get HR on? You know, is that what this is? That's what this kind of feels like. I was just trying to figure out like who's the boss, because like it seems like they like the boss, but then they want to kill him, but then they like him. It's awkward. I don't know.
I have some bits to pull out of the press release that we can talk about.
Okay.
So there is 4 paragraphs to this track description.
Wow. Okay.
Full context, like this is typically a paragraph, if that, you know what I mean? So this is roughly quadruple the length. Now they're saying that they put out a statement saying that KIIRAS is going to be targeting the global market. They said that word per word. And that's part of the reason. That's a part of the reason why they're going for this globally trendy genre of country. I don't know if that's true, but now the second, third, and fourth paragraph are each the outer meaning, the inner meaning, the external meaning, and the internal meaning, and then the medium definition of "kill my boss." And the external definition is the girls and their message towards society, as in like boss. They're describing boss as an analogy towards all the rules and the standards of the world, and they're going to break all of it. So therefore, you know, they're killing the boss. I don't know if it's their boss per se, but you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now the internal meaning that they're going for, the first sentence says, the real inner feelings of a puberty girl between the age of 14 to 19. Period.
Holy shit. Okay.
And they're talking about finding themselves in this confusing world, lots of up and downs, roller coaster of a life. And then create a stronger inner self.
What?
Okay.
Now, the medium definition is apparently about the doki doki cute love story of the girls that they mixed in so that it's somewhat general public friendly as well.
That's a lie.
They attempted to do all this
song. Also, there's a real country mix version of this song. It's even more country than this one.
Oh man.
Yeah, it exists.
Really?
You can look it up. There's a real country music remix, and it's even more country. There's less K-pop elements in it. So that's kind of interesting.
I did feel the bridge, well, not the bridge, the build up towards the chorus is the notably K-pop section of the track. And that part felt like the most out of place to me. So I don't know, if you're into the recent country music trend down in the South, I guess go check out the real country.
Hey man, I went to Dollywood this past year. Now we got a country K-pop song. I'm into this, dude. And here's what I'll say. Regardless of if you think the lyrics are ass, it got people talking. It got people talking on our server enough where we're covering the song because it got like second in the poll.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
So for their company, what is it called? For lean branding. And for KIIRAS, it's been successful because people are talking about their goddamn song. It got 6 million views on YouTube, you know? Like, so I think successful debut, because I would not care of this group otherwise. If they just released some generic K-pop song, right? I don't think we'd be talking about them. But they dropped this country-ass song. We're talking about it. I think it's a success for them.
And it's the perfect amount of noise where, like, people aren't angry. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
when a lot of groups do noise marketing, people, it's you know, it's clearly meant to tick people off and piss people off. But like this, I don't know, I could get behind this. You know what I mean? Like this is fun.
Like there was a group that dropped the song last week or 3 weeks ago VVS, and they had like a "sleeping like Biden" lyric in it, and that was just noise marketing.
What?
It was a hip hop track, and they have a line that's talking about Biden sleeping. Like, that was too far. But this, I think, is the right amount of. Yeah, dude, you gotta look that one up. It's wild.
A group talked about Sleepy Biden? Sleepy Joe?
It's one of their
What?
lyrics. It's one of their lyrics. No cap. So,
I mean, not that I don't believe you. The world is crazy right now. Like, I'll believe anything. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they mentioned Joe Biden and the basketball player Rajon Rondo in the same song. Like, it's wild.
What?
I'm surprised they even know who that is.
But that being said, with this KIIRAS, I like what we did here. I wonder what we're gonna do going forward. That's the most interesting thing. Are we gonna be country continuously, or was this a one-off? To get people interested. We'll have to see. But overall, I thought it was pleasant, and I think a lot of people did as well. All right, I think we're good to pivot. Let's go. I'm gonna take this hat off. Thanks. Shout out to my dad. It's his. He has a cowboy hat collection. If you didn't know,
Wow.
He literally does. He went through a phase where he was collecting cowboy hats. But let's get to ENHYPEN, Bad Desire, With or Without You. They are from B-Lift Lab. Last 3 songs, No Doubt, EXO, Only If You Say Yes, and Sweet Venom. Hey, I did not know that this dark meta was back. The dark meta. But
Oh.
No, dark fantasy meta.
for what we have here, number one, crazy music video, right? Like, that is a wild music video.
The editing budget. Yeah.
And I honestly think that they hit this kind of mature vibe. I did enjoy what they were doing here. I thought it was good, and I thought it was fitting for them.
I feel like they've been trying out different sounds for a while. Like, looking back at their last 3 songs and now this one, they don't really repeat the genre. I feel like this had a very well, at least to me, it had like a very late 2000s, early 2010s type of instrumental.
Right.
I don't know why, but the artist that came to mind that has done something like this was Justin Timberlake.
Oh my god, that was
with
in my notes.
Mirror.
Mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like something about the melody. I don't think it's plagiarism. I'm just saying it's very, very similar, like that type of pop sound.
I have like Forever by Drake on here as well. Like, I know we don't like Drake anymore, but like that kind of aesthetic,
I also thought, not completely related, but when they go "Whether Without You" and it's like that high part there's a singing, I for some reason thought "And I Die in Your Arms Tonight." I for some reason kept
I
on
heard of that
singing
too.
Yeah,
I was thinking of that too.
It wasn't just me.
Damn.
It's not like anything near, but I was like, oh, I could see them saying that line right here, which they didn't. But I do what you're saying about the Justin Timberlake reference. It did sound like that for sure.
But I don't mind it.
Did you
I
like
think
that
it
though?
sounded nice.
You didn't mind it? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was nice. Like we mentioned, they're going. They always had this concept, this vampire, dark, dark concept.
Werewolf at times, vampires at times. Yeah.
Well, ENHYPEN is the vampires, and N-Team, the Japanese group.
Oh
is
yeah, the
werewolves.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a whole lot of lore that they got going on, but I think this was subtle enough where like you're reminded that they are still doing that, and they show it here and there in the motifs they have in the scenes, the vampire teeth and whatnot. So it was cool. I think they've done it well where it's not in every music video, but just often enough that you don't forget about it, I guess.
Kind of going back to the sound, right? It definitely has that late 2000s, mid 2000s hip hop vibe to it. It's got those synth instruments in the background. It has those like mid tempo but like strong knocking kicks and those claps that give it this kind of like oomph to it. It's it's not really southern, but like there was a moment in mainstream where like it was really popular, and the instrumental feels very clearly inspired by it, and the vocal style felt, I don't know if it was the most appropriate mix, not the most fitting mix, if you will. For me personally, the vocals felt a little over the top. The effects didn't really feel tasteful, nor like it added anything to me. A lot of the the chorus worked really well. The whoa, that thing, that uprising melody. I was like, that shit's cool. It's strong. It's you know what I mean? Like yeah, go slay that fucking dragon. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, I'm there.
I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, Nikki, you bite yourself. I was like, kind of weird, but okay. You know, I was like, that's an easy way to get out of having a female actress. Is like just make him bite himself. Yeah, just do that. That seems like the easiest way.
Now, on the contrary, I feel like the verses were a little weaker, where it feels like we leans heavier into the way ENHYPEN typically does vocals, where it's a little whispery, it's a little slurred. The rhythm on the top line felt like we were slipping through some of these syllables in a not so cool way, where it felt like at certain points I wasn't really sure if I was hearing Japanese, Korean, or English. Not gonna lie, like the delivery was kind of not really good, and not for me. It felt like it didn't really suit the style of music. And then, like I kind of alluded to earlier, there's a couple effects that the producers decided to use. There's a couple sections where they rely pretty heavily on a chorus and like a talk box, and it kind of sounds like right. And it's I think it's a really cool effect. Just I don't know if I really feel like it takes away from the epic big energy moment. You know what I mean?
I didn't think I thought it was necessary, to be honest.
Yeah, like I get that they wanted to do something cool stylistically there. I don't know if that stack was really the best choice. I'm not gonna lie. But like regardless, I think I still stand by like all the comments I said. Other than that, like that melody where like it goes upwards and all the oomph that the chorus carries, I think that's the biggest selling point, the biggest appealing point of this track. And I feel like if you can vibe with that, along with the fucking, Ride the Dragon music video, there you go, man. It's like, there you go.
I also like how, right now in the male K-pop space, there's a lot of youngins doing schoolboy concepts, right?
Oh,
there's a ton of innocent concepts like, oh, we're just cute schoolboys. Oh, I'm meeting you for the first time. So awkward, right?
I don't know how to say my true feelings.
ENHYPEN's here, it's like we're vampires. We're fighting a dragon. Like it's so different. But honestly, I feel like it works for them. They have that kind of creepy aesthetic going on. I thought it worked out. And I agree, sometimes I thought the vocal effects were a little bit too much. But I think as a package, I think it worked for them. And like, where they are in their career, how old they are, I think it worked pretty well. If you're going to do a dark concept now, you kind of have to do something like this. You can't just be one-dimensional dark. It's a little sultry going on. There's a little like mystery. And I think as a package, it was a good choice as a whole. But I want to make a really weird pivot. I forgot to mention this during the KIIRAS section, Anita.
No.
I have such a guilty pleasure song that's kind of a hash up of like 2000s boy group pop in America. Have you guys seen, this is completely not K-pop, by the way, I'm just making a pivot here. Have you guys seen the MGK new song Cliché? It's a boy group song.
No.
And he dances in it, and it's the funniest shit.
Really?
Sorry.
But I've been listening to it all the time.
MGK as in like Machine Gun Kelly?
Machine Gun Kelly released a song called Cliché, and it's a boy band song. A pop punk song. Anita, it's right up your alley. You feel like I hate this but like it at the same time. Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
You're gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, I don't
It's
listen
like
to him,
it's my
to be
guilty
honest.
pleasure song right now. Eminem ruined this man, and now he's doing boy group songs from the mid 2000s. Like straight up.
Interesting.
I just wanted to bring that up because he was dancing and I was like, this dude's doing choreography for a guy group song, and it's hilarious.
Wow.
Getting back to ENHYPEN, I like where they're sitting in the boy group sphere. Like, here's the thing to me. It's like, ENHYPEN's up there. They're one of the bigger boy groups. But I still feel like they got some room at the top. I don't think they're at their peak. But I don't know what they would do to get higher. You know what I mean? That's what I'll say. Because they sell a ton of albums, right? But,
yeah, I don't know if they need to pivot per se, because I think what they've been doing and the concept and sound they've been going to has been working, and I think it fits them overall.
Yeah, they're selling like over 1 million copies a release, right?
Yeah.
Like and their full album did 3 million, so you can't really complain, right?
No, I think it's just a matter of like catchiness and popularity, luck, in a way. But I think they're doing pretty good. I feel like they're one of the more stable, like consistent, really well selling.
They're one of the prototypical groups, sells a shit ton of albums, but the Korean general public doesn't listen to their music. Do you know what I mean? They're one of those those ones because like I'm looking at their circle chart ratings. None of their songs have gone past 50 on the chart.
Oh.
You know, so it is what it is though, right? So, but they are selling so much that I think it's undeniable at this point. But that's just kind of the what's going on these days with sales, K-pop as a whole. But overall, pretty good song from them. I did like it. Let's pivot to the next one. ITZY, Girls Will Be Girls. They are from JYP. Last 3 songs, Imaginary Friend, which we really liked, Gold, and Untouchable. I thought ENHYPEN had a crazy music video till I saw this ITZY music video, and I was like, these companies spend so much money this week. This was like a Mad Max-esque
dystopian
music video,
vibes.
dystopian monster fighting. They're like bleeding all over the place. There's blood. It's like
eye monsters.
Wow,
eyeball monsters.
Okay,
flying eyeballs, flying eyeball with wings.
This song's really gonna like hinge on, do you think the Girls Will Be Girls part is a little too repetitive or not? I thought it was fine. I actually like this ITZY song. And what I'll say is, I think the overblown feeling towards ITZY where people are like, but Dala, you know, I think it's gone. We contributed to it though. I will admit that. I think it's gone too far at this point, right? I think we're like looking at the old songs a little too much relative to the current songs. This one for me, I thought was a solid ITZY song. I thought it was good.
I don't disagree. I think for me, maybe I do fall in the small group of people who found the Girls Will Be Girls hook a little repetitive. A little repetitive in the sense that I liked it when I heard it first. I just wish we didn't repeat it as much because it does go on for a while. The Girls Will Be Girls Will Be Girls Will Be Girls part. But the beat, the instrumental, I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it made sense for like the energy they were going for and like the storyline they had in the music video. I think, and of course the dance was really, really good. For me, the one thing that kind of felt a little off, just a little tiny bit, and I guess I'm nitpicking, was that some of the top line felt a little like it didn't quite match that energy that I liked in the instrumental.
Like which part?
I don't know. I think some of it is in the chorus where it feels like we're kind of building up. Like there's this sound in the background where it's like da 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 da, like it's an arpeggio going up, and it feels like we're supposed to be like kind of building to something, but when we hit the chorus, it doesn't quite hit as I thought it would. And I don't know. I think it might be the top line. I don't know if that is the issue, but to me, it felt like that felt a little weak. But other than that, I thought it was pretty solid.
Let's talk about my feelings towards ITZY's discography aside. Let's talk about Girls Will Be Girls real quick because I don't disagree with you. I think the Girls Will Be Girls chorus works best when it's in that opening section where like it's there's no drum, it's clearly building towards some momentum, and I feel like at that point it's not really used as a chorus, it's really used as like you know, it feels like it's bringing energy together, you know what I mean? Like it's like Kamehameha almost, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, girls will be girls will be girls will be girls. It's like it's epic movement, and then you go into the verse, there's all this energy, there's tension going forward, there's a lot of drive there, and you keep driving towards it. Once you get to the chorus, it's that girls will be girls will be girls will be girls. And I didn't think it was repetitive per se, but at the same time, like, I see what you mean. I don't know. For me, it worked. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll be very transparent because I feel like Doug has told me I'm not transparent sometimes with how I feel. Because I feel like the chorus really worked.
You like the ay part, the second half?
Yeah, I like the ay part too. Like, is it a little repetitive or a little played out? Maybe, but like, I think the members regardless of how I feel about their music, there is clearly a lot of experience and talent and skill here where they sell it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That it factor, I don't know. Like it has multiplied and it is there now. And I feel like this is truly one of the first couple songs from ITZY where I was like, damn, they sell it. Like it feels like they at a certain point, it really felt like the music itself was the limiter to their success. I don't know. That's how I'll put it. With Girls Will Be Girls, it feels like they kind of overcame that. And then on top of that, I didn't really think the song was terrible either. I there's a lot of moments where I thought the song was great. And then you just keep going. Again, I feel like the greatest part about the song is the tension and the drive and the energy. There's a lot of motion, and the chorus is written in a very interesting way. And I'm glad you pointed it out, Anita, because like there's this upward arpeggio, and then the chorus is a downwards melody. And I feel like that's a classic example of creating tension in the melody and to create a lot of tension is the right word, actually. That's the word I'm looking for. But it does a lot where like it could have been very cringy and very cheesy, but they managed to create a lot of energy. And that melody alone, I don't think would have worked. That instrument, the upward melody alone, I don't think it would have worked. Together, I feel like, okay, I'm sold. Maybe the overall aesthetic of it is a little bit generic and a little bit played out. I don't care though, because the overall execution of it.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, because the overall execution of it is really, really good.
It's good. Here's some funny things. I thought Leah running through like the bomb field, she's an awkward runner. I thought that was kind of interesting.
It is what it is.
I want to give a superlative. Hey, Hwang Ye-ji in this dance break. Oh my god, that girl was
that great dance break.
Hey, she's been killing it since her solo thing with Air. I've been watching some of those performances of Air. I thought she did a great job there. But this dance break here with Yeji in the beginning for the first half of it, oh my god, she demolished this. Like,
it was good.
It was really good. I like this dance break. This one to me, like, I know people like, oh, but the ITZY songs of the past, you know? People are like that. But for me, what we got here is kind of what for me, I was satisfied with what we got here. I thought it was good. It made sense. It still got me excited. I thought the vibes were great. It was powerful. I enjoyed this for sure.
I know there's a couple folks in our community who really they've been mitziing. They 정말 믿었어 그 사람들은. You know what I mean? Like they're the mitzies and they 믿어 the entire time. You know what I mean? Like even them. Right, even when I wasn't there, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't think this is gonna retroactively make me start liking tracks like Cake, or like what was another one? Like
Coffee in the Morning, Cheshire, Cake,
Sneakers,
Untouchable, Sneakers. You got any of those in there?
But like, if anything, I feel like Girls Will Be Girls is definitely proof that there's still momentum there. That it factor is still there. It just, I don't know. I feel like we're onto something here. And it's I don't know. Like at a certain point, I remember saying it really feels like the momentum and energy behind ITZY has kind of plateaued. I don't know. I think I might be wrong about that.
Maybe not.
Yeah, like I definitely feel something here. And I know for a matter of fact, a lot of listeners have not been huge on the ITZY hype. A lot of the K-pop community has not been big on the ITZY hype, and I feel like this is, I don't know. I'm hoping this could be a good transition. I'm starting to see hints that something could happen. You know, like this is, I don't know. Dare I say this is some of the most interesting main title track from ITZY. Like we've had a couple good B-sides and like pre-releases. You know what I mean? Like
this one felt like there was a grandeur to it, you know. It felt a little more epic than the last couple songs, which I did like. It just felt bigger, which is good. And they gave them a lot of budget for this music video as well, right?
They did.
It's an intense music video. I like the trajectory we're on right now. I think I think having having Yeji do the solo thing, I don't know. It feels like I know they didn't take a break, right? But it feels like we've refreshed here, you know? I don't know why it feels like to me. It's like, oh, we're locked into this shit again, right? And I think it's good what we're getting right now. I got no complaints, to be completely honest, on a big level.
The only complaint I had was the I slay.
Okay, well, I guess you don't slay, sir. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be back with the other 3 songs this week. 3, 2, 1. All right, the next song we're gonna talk about is "Kiss of Life." Lips, hips, kiss. They are from S2. Last 3 songs were Live, Love, Laugh, Get Loud, and Igloo. You know, Igloo was popping off last year for sure.
Yeah.
And then we had the live stream, and there's been like half apology, company apology. More recently, Julie apologized on a live stream for it. Let's set that aside. I know on our server they didn't get a lot of votes, right? I felt like though we should still cover it. And see where they are, because I don't know where they stand right now, right? If they don't win the vote next time, so be it. But for now, I decided, like, let's give them a fair
benefit
shot
of the
this.
doubt. Yeah, let's see what it is.
One. Okay, well, now that we're gonna talk about the song here, no one does like girl group sexy K-pop right now better than Kiss of Life. No one does, straight up. They're the best at this genre for sure.
The few, yeah.
And the production just sounds really nice the entire time.
It's just really nice.
It's just good,
beat.
right?
That's a dirty fucking good beat. I was like,
Right?
dude, I had a think face on the entire time. I wish I should have recorded myself. I was like, oh.
And they
whole
have the
time.
right people to sing the parts too. The perfect people to sing the parts,
The vocals,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
The vocals fit.
It just fits perfectly. All this shit together.
I wanted to
It's
give
okay.
a little vocal shout out too. I think Hunter, her
Yes.
section was actually the one that surprised me the most because I thought like, I don't know, I guess I didn't hear her voice as much in this genre before. I know Belle, kind of fits it a little bit more maybe because I've heard her have more like runs and like just her delivery sounds like it would fit this. I was just pleasantly surprised with her. Shout out to Hunter because I thought she did a good job.
Hey, Hana's been like low key on the come up lately, right? Because like people like Julie, not T-Bell, have like big personalities and people know who they are, right? And things like that. And Julie gets and Hana gets a little overshadowed. But ever since Igloo, people are all on the Hanul train, right? For sure. You know what? Let me go further. This is if not my favorite song that we're covering this week, top 2. This is in the top 2.
I think that's
for
fair.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. This was the song that I was listening through all these songs and I felt this feels expensive. I don't know how you quantify that, but
Sorry.
whoever was in the studio was cooking this shit up.
Did you say
right?
expensive or expansive? Because I think both work.
Both work.
Both are good descriptors.
Yeah, it's expensive and expansive. It just sounds complete and well made and like there's a polish to it for sure.
There's a good polish to it. Let's talk about that beat. There's a constant melodic tension in the beat. They change up the choruses. They change up the chords a whole bunch, and it's so fucking magical. That arrangement with the downbeat strings. Oh my god. The you are free at 66666, and then they change it up later for the. Oh my god. Damn, dude. They clicked all the boxes. They checked all the boxes really, really well. Hanu was definitely on my list. Belle was also on my list of like someone sounding damn good. Sure, her second verse, oh my fucking god, you know? This I do not feel like the sexiness of it aside. Like musically, I don't think this is something that every group is equipped to pull off, if I'm completely honest. And I don't really feel that way about every Kiss of Life track. Like if you go back to like Sticky, for example, Espa could have done Sticky, for example. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Like this one, I feel like, no, I don't see any of the mainstream K-pop groups doing this to this level of execution. That vibrato? on the last run of I'm Free at 6, I butchered it so bad, but you know what I mean? Go listen to that part. Oh man, it's really good. It's really good rendition of both 2000s R&B music and like 2010s R&B, like PB R&B, alternative R&B music inspired by that kind of R&B music.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's sensual, it's melodic, it's melancholic, this is driven, the energy's there, like that ending is solid, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in complete transparency, kind of like Doug, if you remove the surrounding, controversial context of this group aside, the quality of the song is really fucking good. And dare I say, some of the best R&B K-pop has tried to put out in the past decade or so.
It's a good match. It's just a really good match with like the abilities of the members, the group as a whole, the concept, the sound. No, yeah, I agree. I really didn't have much to nitpick here either. I think maybe the only thing was that the chorus blends in, right? Like it's not a huge moment, but it makes sense for this genre. So I don't really have. It's not really more of a fact. It's not really a con in my opinion. But I don't know. I guess it just flowed really well. I liked what they did with the bridge. So they do like a little bit of like a stripped down moment.
That was so good.
And they just have the vocals going. And I don't know. I think it's a piano. I want to say it's a piano or a synth. And it's very, very simple. I don't know. I just feel like the song, production-wise, was very much knew what it wanted to do. And it didn't do too much or too little. It left a lot of room for the vocals to really shine, like we've already mentioned. And they pull it off. Yeah, I think it's very vibey. Yeah.
Let's shout out this Benjamin55 guy who made this song. He previously made Glitch Mode, Talk Saxy.
Oh.
Those are his other big songs.
Interesting.
Yeah, everything else on this list either isn't that big or it's not too notable on a K-pop sense. He also kind of reworked that Siren performance version, but hey, I did not expect that. You wouldn't think the guy who made Glitch Mode would make this, right? Let's just put it out there like that.
Very different.
Can he keep making more of this? Because it kind of fits Kiss of Life absolutely perfectly. And I don't think anyone else could have done as good of a job than them. They have the right people to do this song. I also thought, I was concerned that the creative director, ENHYPEN, left and we wouldn't know what to do with the group. They clearly know what they're doing. I really enjoyed this gray and white tone music video that they did.
Same.
Because, you wouldn't think gray and white tone would be sexy, but it just works weirdly. It kind of feels like we're in a lab at certain points, too.
It's an office. That's what it is.
Is that what this is? Is this an offshoot of that? Okay.
I hope so. I don't know. That's me dreaming.
Hey, whatever this is, this shit is working on all levels. Say what you want about their parties and their live streams, but the music's good still.
I mean, that's where let's bring it back to that for a second, right? Because if you listen to this song and you genuinely can't enjoy the song because of the surrounding context of it, I think that's pretty fair. Because
yeah, that's fair.
The song itself is R&B music. It's not just inspired by it. I think it's close. It's better to categorize this as an R&B output rather than a pop song. And with that in mind, it's the level of irony, that the previous controversy plays itself into. It's very unfortunate. And there, on one hand, I'm listening to the song. I'm like, damn, the song is fire. I'm having a banging time. At the same time, it leaves a funny aftertaste in my mouth where I'm like, but how, you know what I mean?
Context.
It's, I try to detach myself from music, and I try to detach the music and the artist as much as possible. And when talking about these,
it's a tough ass care, to be honest.
Yeah,
a little bit of a tough ass.
Yeah.
So
that being said, the song's good. It's a good song. It's really good, actually. It's really good.
It's a really good song. It's definitely something I would try to check out. If you can't enjoy it, I don't really blame you at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's to each their own, I think.
Hey, it's a 3-minute and 37-second music video, so it's decent length. We got adult members in this group. Everyone's over 20. They're doing this type of song. It's a sexy song. They're hitting it perfectly. They're singing it well. The choreography's good. The concept's good. You just gotta digest their live stream somehow. But okay, that was Kiss of Life with Hips Kiss. Let's move on to a group that your boy Doug really likes. We got IZNA with Beep. They are from Wake One. Their last songs were Sign and IZNA. Yoonjun is still not present. I don't like. We don't know what happened. She's just out still, but we got 6 members still.
Health
it's okay.
issues, I think.
Yeah, but we have no details at all. Even more than the girls will be girls part, are these beeps annoying to you? That's the crux of this song, right?
Oh,
is there too much beeps?
Really?
Do you guys say that? On the Discord, some people did. I thought the beeps were fine.
Same.
Yeah, I think they're okay.
No issues. Yeah.
I think what's more interesting is, Mai has all the good parts of this song. Like, she got all the killing parts, literally. I don't know how that happened. Like, y'all remember? Okay, I was a part of it. Y'all remember when people were like, "Oh my God, Mai over Fuko? What?"
Yeah.
I mean, I was the person in the front waving the flag. Right?
Yeah,
that was
you
me.
were the one saying
that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna revise that history. I guess I'm a clown. That being said,
It's all right.
Hey, Mai's doing a really good job. I'll give her credits there. Other than what I thought was a below average rap section.
Yeah, we didn't need
that. We did not need that. I thought the rest of the song was pretty catchy. Kind of fits what IZNA's doing. Not only is VVN officially making all of the IZNA songs, she's also the creative director in the credits of this music video.
Oh, wow.
So she is in full control of this group at Black Label. So VVN is like running the ship. It's her group essentially, which I think is cool. That's Yuri from Girls' Generation's cousin, by the way, if you were not aware. And she's also engaged to Kush, the guy at Black Label. That's her fiance.
Dang.
And how'd you feel about Beep?
I was enjoying it. I like this type of instrumental. I don't think that's a surprise. I like this sound. I like the concept they have going on. I think it fits their voices. I feel like with this type of instrumental, you don't need a ton of like vocal flourishes and ad libs. It's pretty straightforward. I think personally, I enjoy it when the vocals have a bit more of a clear, like straightforward delivery with this type of instrumental. I think it fits the vibe a little bit. Maybe because the instrumental has a bit going on in it that I don't think the vocals need to do too much.
Generally,
I don't know. I think it worked.
Yeah,
keep it a bit minimal in the vocals, but I think it still works. I think it still enhances like their vocal quality. It's just you don't have to do a ton of flourishes here and there. So I liked how they delivered it. I thought it fit them. The music video was also really cute and pretty. I don't know. I like their aesthetic right now. I'm remembering their previous song as well had this vibe too. Sign. I like the route they're going. I mean, I think it's trendy. It's current. But it's still keeping it interesting. I don't think it felt how should I say, like too repetitive from another music video I've seen, but it felt like it's in that meta of what's trendy right now for girl groups. So I don't know. I think it makes sense. It makes sense for them, for the members.
I think it
sounds nice.
I think it runs the risk of sounding a little played out. It's been a couple of years since the group we don't talk about introduced this sound to K-pop, and then everyone hopped on it at some point. And then certain people moved away from it. Some people decided to stay. I think this falls into that, some cross between, garage, drum and bass, and then, you got Jersey at the end. Did not need that Jersey change up at the end. That was kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. But other than that, definitely agree. I don't want to say we've moved on from this trend yet. I still feel like it's still within that circle.
It's like the modern day bubblegum for groups. You know, it's not pure bubblegum, but this is like the modern day, like easy listening. It's good. It's gonna do well. It sounds okay always. It's kind of like this. It feels like it.
At the same time, it's like it feels like a formula that we're starting to rely a little too much on.
I can see that.
So for the folks who are ready to move on from this sound, I don't disagree with you. Personally, it works for me, so like I'm not really complaining. You know what I mean? Like like Anita, like I like the percussion. I like the drive there. That chorus where it's like beep 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 beep, and like it's a very minimal arrangement in the background. I feel like that contrast is really fun. It's same with the rhythm at the top line. If you go into like sections like the build up, for example, if I recall correctly, the melody is like bum 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 ba da dum bum 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 ba da dum, and it feels like we're just like continuing to like flow into the bar after that bar after that bar after that bar, and it's like really fun, and it really gives a lot of push. I don't want to say drive because it's not really, it doesn't have the energy that like Girls Will Be Girls has, but like it feels like we're just like, you know, it feels like we're skipping ahead. You know what I mean? Like just little pants. You know what I mean? Not a full on not a full on run, but like just like and it's really
your
fun.
step, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that chorus works wonders. If it doesn't work for you, I'm gonna guess that the rest of the track wouldn't have worked out for you anyways, because the patterns in that chorus really is the same pattern that's working in the rest of the track with the arrangement. So I love the energy. I'm not the biggest IZNA person in the world yet.
Yet. Oh.
I don't know. We'll see. I liked everything I heard, except
they're
for
a
that
fun
fucking
group.
ending.
They're a fun group in general. It's a good group. Hey, can I throw out like a weird thing I noticed? This music video set, that neighborhood that they're in, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where the F did I see this before. I figured it out. It took like all my brain cells. Dong Musician, Hey Kid Close Your Eyes featuring IZNA also is in this neighborhood. That was a wild catch.
Repeat that one more time. Hey kids.
Hey Kid Close Your Eyes. Because I first thought it was the Akdong Naka song with IU, but it wasn't. But this was the other song of that era. There was there was double title tracks, and it was that one. It's in this neighborhood. I'm right? Yeah, I don't know how I remember that, but I did. I've seen this place before.
Good catch.
That was a wild catch.
Is that like a set or something? Because I feel like it's modeled after like a suburban American.
Yeah, it would be disruptive if you lived there and then every couple years they're like, yeah, we're going to shut down your street for like 48 hours to film this music video. See you guys, right? Like,
it's got to be a set. It looks like a set. There's no way it's not.
Yeah, it's like I like IZNA. I think they're doing well. I think Bang Jimin's doing well as a center. Man, they give Mai a lot of parts, and honestly, she's doing well there.
Yeah.
I know Jongin still remains extremely popular. Like, she's very good. And then I think Koreans like Sarang. They like her face, is what I've noticed. So that's the group in a nutshell. Hey, can we get my girl Jiyoon back? She's like the trolley member. She's like the weird one. And she's gone right now, and it's kind of sad.
Vocally, I also thought she added a little more variety to their sound,
yeah,
too.
She's got a deep voice inherently, and it's nice.
Looking forward to her coming back.
Also, do we always have to have rap section, guys? I think this is one of those songs that didn't need one.
It's not a requirement.
Yeah, I think it just wasn't needed. Overall, pretty good. All right, let's go to the last song. This is the song. It came down between Kiss of Life and QWER, and I wanted to do Kiss of Life. Warren wanted to do QWER, so we said, you know what? F Dreamcatcher. That was the answer to that.
That's not how that combo went.
I literally wrote the big brain is dropping Dreamcatcher. You guys agreed. Hey, QWER with Dear, which is interesting because the Korean title basically translates to holding back tears, right? But it's Dear in English. They are from 3Y Corporation, which is they're like Kakao, and then Tamago Productions, which is like the YouTuber guy. Last three songs, My Name is Malcolm, Fake Idol, and TBH. Warren, you want to talk about the song. Why did you want to talk about this one?
It's a good song. That's why I wanted to talk about
I
it.
mean, it's just good. It's just good, straight up.
I feel like we're still staying true to that J-rock, J-pop inspired aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's still here. But I feel like we're moving away a little bit from that Yakose kind of inspired sound where like, and by Yakose, I mean like Yoasobi, Yorushika, like Jittomayo, these like recent, very pop heavy rock bands that have been less rock but more also kind of like kawaii, kind of cutesy. There's a fun melody to it. Definitely something that TBH was a huge, it was something that TBH was pulling from. This one, I feel like we're leaning towards a different aesthetic in J-rock, which is really cool. Feels like we're leaning towards something that feels more mainstream rock music, popular in late 2000s, early 2010s. Some people call it Shimoketake. I wouldn't argue it is. Maybe you could. I don't know. But I'm thinking about people like Bump of Chicken or like, for me personally, I was thinking...
There's a great name for a group, by the way. I've heard of them before. Yeah,
They're great.
Chicken is a great name.
They're great.
It's a great name.
I was thinking a lot about a Vocaloid song called "Melt" by Supercell from way back in the fucking day. I don't know if anybody's gonna know what that is.
That sounds familiar.
It was one of the biggest Tasune Miku songs back in the day. Regardless, this is pulling from that kind of aesthetic where it's less of the visual kei, hard rock, like metal heavy. It's not that. We're still driven by the moody, melancholic aesthetic. And, there's still that energy where it feels like you're running through a field in an anime opening. But it really feels like, it feels a little more rock heavy, if that makes any sense. Where it feels like we're leaning a little bit away from what was more their pop kawaii sound,
No, I feel that.
Yeah. Did you guys like the song?
I think
too? Yeah.
I was enjoying it. I think I didn't find a huge difference in the sound, maybe because I'm not too familiar with that kind of genre, but I felt it in the, like we mentioned, like in the aesthetics too, like or the way they are delivering the how they sing, how they are performing, and then the message they're portraying in the music video. It feels like the sound is not too different, but the emotion behind it feels like it's trying to be way more relatable, not quite as like poppy and like how should I say, like as lighthearted maybe as before. This feels like trying to be way more emotional while still having a bit of that sound. I don't know. I like that mixture. I think it makes it feel a little bit more genuine in a way, even though we know it's all fabricated to an extent, right? Like the way this group was formed and then everything that went around its formation. It still feels a little bit more relatable or believable, which I think is nice because the messaging they're trying to do and the visuals they portray sell it more. I think it makes it feel like there's a connection between all the elements, visually, musically, lyrically. So I like that. I like that they're leaning that way, because I guess maybe it feels like it's more true to the like rock, indie, and like the aesthetic of it. Like it's not meant to be super mainstream, but like it is. So you're kind of portraying it as if it's not. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a mix of it's a balance of like how much you want it to be mainstream or not. Mm-hmm. But I think this is a good medium. This is a good balance so far.
Mm.
Hey, who would have thought this group would be this successful, by the way? Like they're doing great. Their first day sales for this thing is over 50K for a random as influencer band. That's a really good number, right? Like it's impressive. For number one, bands don't do too well in the K-pop sphere, but they're doing a great job. And this kind of feels like a really well-oiled machine. Just Shion's voice is just perfect for this style of music, right?
Yeah.
It's like a well-sharpened knife. It's just cutting through the hearts of the fans. This shit is just working. this shit just works, and I think they're doing a great job.
Mm.
Shout out to the Magenta and Hina for like learning the instruments on the fly, essentially. Like
That's impressive.
Yeah,
it's
for
gotta
sure.
be impressive because Chodan went to college for drumming, so she's a good drummer. Shion's a good singer inherently, but these other people are like, we got a cosplayer and a Twitch streamer. And you're a bassist now, and you're a guitarist. Good luck.
Learning as you go,
Right?
basically.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And they're just learning on the fly, and it's working pretty well.
I do feel like on that note, like this track, it you can kind of tell that they're getting better. Like the guitar riff sounds. I'm not a fan of the way it's written, but the way it's performed, I thought was really cool. And like same goes for Shion. Maybe it's because she's gaining a lot of experience, or like maybe it's the way the song was written. I don't know. It really felt like this was the best utilization of her voice. You know what I mean? Like, it felt most suited towards her character. Whereas like something that's completely just sugary and like cutesy might be. I felt like that at some point it was a little too much. So I don't know. I feel like if you think about this group, it's impossible to ignore the context surrounding this group, kind of like Kiss of Life, where like we know there's a couple narrative points that draw this group out from the rest of the K-pop sphere. We know how they're formed. They're a fucking band. They went through that whole thing where like a good chunk of the K-pop community were trying to burn them down for not being, a K-pop. And then they fucking released a song called Fake Idol, which I don't like the song, but like I think it puts out a message. You know what I mean? Like, with that in mind, I feel like, to your point, Anita, I feel like that's where the message feels a little more genuine and a little more real. Where like there's been growth. And you can tell.
Yeah.
And it's not just numbers. It's not like, oh, the sales grew this much percent. They got this many awards. Which, don't get me wrong, that's all very unique and that's all very cool. But like at the same time, it's a little standard. It's a little formulaic for like K-pop success now. With this group, it's a little easier to say like, oh, like they got better at the guitar. They overcame this narrative playing against them. You know what I mean? Like that feels like. And I can't really tell if this is because I'm a fan or like more because I'm paying attention to all these groups. But like it's easier to tell what these narrative arcs are with this group, and like I think that's a big part of why this narrative in particular feels real and less like a pop machine putting out relatable messages.
Fabricated. Yeah.
Right. So I mean I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work for everybody, but like to the point of all these K-pop songs, I mean, even at the lyrics at the face value, like a lot of songs that talk about, that sing about, like finding your energy and like, don't ever give up. A lot of these songs, I feel like some of them are a little too spoon-feedy and they treat you like 3-year-olds, which, I mean, I guess some groups do really well off of that. I don't particularly think those are good lyrics. This one, I think it was tastefully done, personally. So I don't know. Is it sorry, one more thing. I don't think it's as impressionate and like impression leaving as like TBH, for example, which was a huge hit. But I feel like this is a good period to this arc of their career and discography. It feels like we're wrapping something up at the moment. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying it's gonna end, but like it feels like we're just putting a little period before we start a new sentence, and I feel like that was really nice. It feels like we're adding a lot of depth to like like Doug mentioned, like a band made of internet celebrities. You know what I mean?
I know you just made this big nice speech about numbers don't mean shit. I got a number though before we end this segment. I gotta
say numbers don't mean shit. That's
I got
all
a statistic. Out of all the songs released today, there was about like 4 of these ones plus some other songs got released today. This one's charting the highest on iChart, by the way. This one is by far.
They're quite popular. Yeah,
it's very popular. Like on some of these real-time charts, they're in the top 10, if not number 1 with this one.
Damn,
this one's charting well. On Bugs Real Time, it's number 1 right now. Hey, shout out to QWER. I think they're doing a great job. I think they've really zoned in on what works with them, and I'm excited to see where they go from here. Are they gonna make more just band music? Are they gonna go really mainstream? We'll have to see what they want to do, right? Because people are very aware of them now for sure. All right. Other big releases this week include IU's 2 remakes. She did Neverending Story, and then she did A Beautiful Person featuring Balmain Tiger. Dreamcatcher UAU unit debut with 2 months, and Flying Everlasting. Wonna's Hwangung with Radar. BI Ferris Wheel featuring Haze. HITGS with Gross. Baekhyun B-side Lemonade. Eusapir, I think that's how you say that. They debuted with Zoom. Islet pre-release Little Monster. Cat's Eye Gnarly Ice Spice remix. That's a thing.
Oh.
NCT Doyoung, Hello Universe Memory. And then LE SSERAFIM had a song, but I think it's a Japanese track or a pre-release.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Different.
Neverending Story, like the original song by Puhal, is like
It's an all-time classic.
that's my all-time top 5 songs in general.
Ooh.
Like it's like one of those songs where like, oh, can I sing this at karaoke with like?
No, you can't. It's so
Is your
high.
go-to?
It's so high.
I mean, it's regardless of talent, I'm like, am I allowed to? Can I dare put this on? Like, please go check it out. It's a really good
Neverending
fucking song.
Story by Boo Hwal, BOOWHAL in English.
Yeah, the IU version's good too. Check out whichever version you want.
But the original is like an all-time classic song for sure.
Yeah, man, good song. Anyways,
all right, SojuScore last time on episode 329, I want to say. Shiny Poet Artist got a 7.04. Irene and Silky Tilt got a 6.59. 17 Thunder got a 5.18, which is ironic. I give it a pretty low score, but I'm watching the variety show right now. Nana BMB with Not PD. I'm watching it. All right, the new songs this week. KIIRAS with Kill My Boss, ENHYPEN Bad Desire with or Without You, ITZY Girls Will Be Girls, Kiss of Life, Lips, Hips, Kiss. We have IZNA Beep Beep, and we have QWER with Holding Back Tears. Let me get the thing going. All right, KIIRAS, Kill My Boss. I gave it their debut, a nice, pleasant, easy 6. I thought it was a no-brainer. This one's a 6.
Okay. Well, maybe I was a little bit more critical. I think it was an interesting choice of instrumental to go with the country theme. The highlight for me was definitely the vocals. I wanted to shout out one of the members earlier. Her name is Roa. She is the youngest, I think. Her vocal tone was so nice. It's a little raspy, but it's also high. And I believe if I read it correctly, I was looking through their like group info. I think she has some like pansori background.
Okay. She's 13. Oh my God.
She's really young. But she sounds really, really good, and I'm looking forward to more of their songs. But for now, this one, I gave it a 5.
Okay.
yeah, Anita doesn't like the song. I gave it an extra point for how ballsy it is to do this kind of concept. I took away a point because I didn't like the lyrics, and now I ended at a good 6. It's good.
Damn, Anita with the lowest score. That's impressive.
That's
SojuTalk Nation Gochu Gang voted. They gave it a 6.44. As a result, it receives a 5.86.
And it's all because of Anita.
Because of Anita.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Next, we got ENHYPEN, Bad Desire with or Without You. I'm feeling generous. I got a 7 here. I thought it was a good song from ENHYPEN.
Oh.
I like what ENHYPEN's doing.
I also was having a good time. I just feel like there was some choices in the vocal layering, the editing that I thought took away a little bit in the chorus. And I don't know. I guess I don't mind the beat, but I kind of wanted a little bit more. So I gave it a 6.
The conspiracy rumors are all true. I hate all men. I have a 5. I this one didn't really vibe with me. I still thought it was alright. So yeah, there you go.
SojuTalk Nation Gochu Gang gave it a 6.39, and as a result, it receives a 6.10. Next, we got ITZY
It was.
with Girls Will Be Girls. I got this one at a 7 for ITZY. It's a solid ITZY track.
I like where ITZY's going now. I think for me, the Girls Will Be Girls hook part was a little repetitive. And maybe we had done something a little bit different in the chorus. It would have sold me a bit more, but I gave it a 6.
Yeah, I like what I'm getting. I feel like we're onto something, and not gonna lie, I really feel like something clicked with me this time around. I got a 7.
7. SojuTalk Go Gang gave it a 5.89. Weird.
That's
That's a
lower
little
than I thought.
6.47. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I see y'all. See what you're doing. Next we got Kiss of Life, Lips, Hips, Kiss. Okay. I was a little embarrassed of my score before we had this discussion. I thought it was a B thing, but apparently it's not. Got an 8 for this one.
Oh,
Oh
dang.
wow.
I think it's a really good song. Yeah.
I also had a really good impression of the song, the whole package, just the vocals, the instrumental, the visuals concept. I thought it was really good. I don't know. I guess I didn't feel it was like super out there, but I would recommend it for sure. So a 7.
I would definitely recommend it. I would go far beyond and say that this is pretty what's her descriptor for 8?
Exceptional.
Exceptional. It's exceptional. It's exceptional R&B music and K-pop. If it's exceptional, it gets an 8. I got an 8.
Just like they should have Go Gang also voted. They gave it a 6.6. I think it did it.
Oh.
7.41.
Wow.
Wow. It enters the Hall of Spice, right? Where's the line? 7.3. Yep. We have our 4th Hall of Spice song. Kiss of Life, Lips, Hips, Kiss. Wow. Okay. Unexpected. It happened though.
Congrats.
Congrats to them.
Congrats.
Wow. Next we got IZNA Beep. Am I giving out 7s like candy? I might be.
Is it Halloween? What's going on?
Okay, I should have gave ENHYPEN a 6, but I didn't. So it's too late now. This one's also a 7.
I agree. I gave it a 7. I really like the sound. I think it fits them. I think it makes sense. I would recommend. So 7.
I also think it is some classic girl group funk that works really well. Don't think I had a huge complaint other than the rap and the ending, which
rap.
I'll overlook that. I'll recommend it. It's good stuff. I got a 7.
Damn. And then SojuTalk Go Gang also voted 6.63. Did they really get the same score, those two songs? Let me check the behind the scenes. Yeah, different. Yeah, they ended up there. Wow.
Damn.
Really different charts, but they ended up there. And as a result, IZNA receives 6.91. It was the SojuTalk Nation holding us back here, not us, guys, for once. And finally, we have QWER with their hey, this one's a good one, guys. It's another 7. I gave up 4 7s. I gave up 4 7s.
You made it sound like you were gonna give it a 9.
It's a 7. Hey, look at my scores. I had a great week. I enjoyed listening to all these ones back to back today.
Yeah,
I thought they were all good. I had a great time.
There you go.
I like the song. I think to me, it still sounds familiar enough where I don't distinguish it like a ton from their previous stuff, but I like where they're going aesthetically, emotionally, and their delivery. So I give it a 6.
6. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased positively towards the group. I also think the song hit well for me personally, where like I myself am struggling at the moment with my life. I know a bunch of
Oh
friends
shit.
are struggling with their lives. I'm sorry, I made it sound like I'm like depressed. I'm all right. I'm not. I'm okay.
Hey, this man just went on a vacation across the country. He's doing alright. He's
Yeah,
doing alright.
I'm not. I made it sound like I'm like doing terrible. I'm all right. I'm all right.
But it's relatable. It's a
Right,
relatable topic.
Right. I think there are things people are stressed about in life right now. I'm sure you could pick out a couple, whether it's your personal life or stuff going on in the world right now. And personally, I have friends around me who are struggling with their career, yada yada yada. I don't know. Maybe it's because of that. I feel like it hit where it really needed to hit. And even though I have some gripes with the way the song was written, I'll overlook it. I got an 8.
8.
Ooh.
SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They have a monster score here, guys. 7.
Is this gonna make it?
48 from the nation.
Wait, is that gonna make it?
Oh.
As a result, it receives no
Oh, shit.
7.12.
So close.
Let's see this.
Don't do it.
Oh, it does.
Once again, Anita bringing
Or
down
me,
the score.
or me. Oh, me too. It couldn't. I wouldn't have given it that though. If anyone give it one more score, I would have.
Wait, what if I give it a 9?
You're giving it a 9. Also makes it.
Shit.
Yep.
Man, you're 1 point away.
WER Deer gets a 7.12. So to run through the scores, KIIRAS Kill My Boss 5.86, ENHYPEN Bad Desire With or Without You 6.10, ITZY Girls Will Be Girls 6.47, Kiss of Life Lips Hips Kiss 7.14, Entered the Hall of Spice, joining Jenny Like Jenny, NMIX Know About Me, Eunice Swiss, and Kiss of Life Hips Lips Kiss Now, IZNA Beep with a 6.91, and QWER Deer 7.12. Yeah, those are the Soju scores for this week.
Wow.
Finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have a couple here from the past 2 weeks. First off, 17 with Thunder. They won on Show Champion, M Countdown, Music Bang, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So a total of 5 wins so far with that one. Then we have Rise with Fly Up. They won on Show Champion, Music Bang, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So 4 wins. And then finally we have Jin with Don't Say You Love Me. 1 win on M Countdown.
Man, this High School Musical ass Rise song is doing well. Also the 17 song. So not super big on our servers, but hey, doing well in general. What can you say about that? All right. That ends the first half of SojuTalk episode 333. We'll be back with the news and events from the past 2 weeks. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it, part 2, SojuTalk episode 330. This is the news and events for the past 2 weeks. It's extensive. Bear with me. I got a shit ton of tabs. I was not able to include everything, but I got the important things. Let's go through it. First one, HYBE is selling its entire stake in SM Entertainment, accounting to roughly 198 million USD to China's Tencent Music.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So we get rid of those K-pop restrictions in China. China instantly goes, we're gonna buy all of K-pop now. That's what it seems like. So that's the first thing about China. I got another one though. SM Entertainment and China's Tencent Music have signed the business agreement establishing a cooperation system. The two companies will join forces to create a Chinese idol group targeting to debut within 2 to 3 years, with SM handling the entire production process, including casting, training, and production, and time handling local promotion, recording, and music distribution. In the performance area, they will strengthen the cooperation of SM artist tours, including the upcoming SM Town Live concert in Hong Kong in 2026. They will also launch a live streaming service utilizing SM's Beyond Live technology. So they are fully hand in hand now.
What exactly is Tencent bringing to the table? It sounds like SM is doing everything.
The Chinese audience. That's what they're bringing.
Yeah.
All right, that continental money, it's coming in.
It's happening. It's gonna happen.
I'm curious to see personally, I'm curious to see what this idol group will look like, because in the past, Chinese market groups from SM have not always ended well. Like they start as like being specifically for the Chinese market, and then it kind of just fizzles out. So I'm very curious to see how that works out.
Hey,
now.
new era, new me. That's what they're saying.
Hopefully.
They're gonna do 12 Henrys, 12
Additionally,
Super Junior M's.
HYBE has established a subsidiary company in Beijing, China, HYBE China Co. Limited. It's happening,
Wow.
dude.
Damn.
All of a sudden.
Fast.
It's so fast. Everyone's like, China, money, money, money. Let's get it.
They
The
said
album sales are
goodbye,
down in the West.
SM.
We got to go to China.
They said
right?
goodbye SM, and now they're competing directly with SM in China.
Yeah.
Why do we got to pay tariffs? We could just go to China. That's essentially what they see. Like, it's essentially what they see.
Damn.
Okay, now we're going to get into nitty gritty. There's a lot of nitty gritty this week.
Okay.
HYBE chairman Bang PD under criminal investigation for allegedly fraudulent securities deals worth up to 400 billion Korean won, approximately 290 million USD. So,
Oh man.
the main thing he's accused of, right, is essentially two things. First thing, people had stock in HYBE, right?
Yeah.
Reportedly, at a certain point, he knew they were gonna go public with the IPO, right?
Okay.
And he convinced these people to buy back their stock. These rich people in their investment groups. So that was the first thing. Second thing, what he did was, in shareholders meetings, he said, "No, we're not going public. It is what it is. We're not gonna go public."
Oh.
So he pushed a lot of the investors to sell stocks back to this one company, and he got a cutback when they did go public and the stock got huge.
So
That's the
basically
main thing
lying.
he's accused of.
Lying.
So he knew it was going to go public. He told them, no, it's not going public. And if you don't want your stock, you could sell it to these people at a good price. And then he got a cut from that when they acquired a ton of stock, and it did go public and the stock went up. That's the main thing he's accused of. That seems pretty illegal, right?
That's pretty illegal.
Sounds like
Yeah, so this pretty much like goes through there. Quote, no IPO plans. That's what he was saying, despite the audit request to do so. So there's evidence like of him saying, no, we're not going to go public. And then there's like legal documents proving that they wanted to. All this, it's bad.
So he was pushing for the pump and dump and got a cut out of it.
Yeah, so essentially he wanted the people who didn't want their stock anymore to sell them to a specific company, and he was getting a kickback from them. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's very illegal. So the police applied for a warrant on HYBE and other connections to Bang PD. They executed the warrant and raided the company.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
So, you know, in those Korean movies when they show up with the blue boxes and they fight the security
Yeah.
guards, that sort of shit apparently happened. You know,
Damn.
Oh
like
man.
the standard stuff where they try to go collect evidence of this. So we'll have to see what happens there. The next law thing is the court ruled that Nugents cannot engage in independent activities without Ador's consent until the lawsuits end.
Damn.
The group is required to cover all legal fees, including Ador's. Any violations will cost 1 billion won each, so about $1 million. So this is not a new ruling, but what it is that the Seoul court accepted Ador's request for an indirect compulsory execution, a legal mechanism used to pressure a party to comply with the court order by imposing monetary penalties for noncompliance. So the current ruling is that they cannot perform as NJZ or do advertising deals, and this is more or less a device to ensure that they won't do it because there's going to be a huge penalty if they do. So it's not a new ruling, but it's more just like reinforcement of that ruling.
Right. It's like, while this is going on, don't fucking do it. Otherwise, 1 billion won each person. As a group, that's
Each
5
time.
billion won.
Each time
Each
you
time.
do it. Yeah.
Dang.
So that's the state of that. They also had the second court hearing for the exclusive contract dispute. This is the big one. It happened on June 5th. Not too much came out of it. There was only one big thing that happened, right? Nugent's side rejects settlement with Ador in second hearing for the exclusive contract dispute. The court asked, quote, "Do you really have no intentions of settling? I'd like to recommend it." So that's what the court said.
Oh.
And then Nugent's side said, quote, "Trust has been completely broken. There is no turning back. On the other side, Adore stated, quote, "Once the court's conclusion comes out, a settlement will be easy afterwards." So they're like, hey, do you want to set? The court's like, are you guys sure you don't want to settle with them? And they're like, no. And then Adore's like, okay, I guess it's going to be more in our favor once we get the ruling we want. That's essentially what this looks like.
Hey.
At a certain point, you gotta read what they're saying. You gotta read between the lines, and you're not even really reading between the lines here. They're like,
yeah,
the court literally recommended it.
I'd like to recommend it. You should settle. I mean, the fact that we haven't heard any groundbreaking new evidence or anything speaks volumes, does it not? Right at this point.
I mean, we've already
I
talked
feel like
about that.
people
Yeah.
are waiting about that.
Next one. Okay, y'all probably heard this. This was the Karina
about this.
election controversy where she wore this jacket with a red 2 on it, and then people online started losing their shit because they felt that it implied that she wanted people to vote for the conservative candidate who was number 2 on the ballot. They apologized. It was a mess. Other celebrities got caught up in the same type of thing. I think Benzino also, like, he did like a 2 in like a peace sign, and people were like, are you voting for the conservative? And he's like, no, what the F? So it wasn't just her, but she was the prominent person who got flack. So people started looking more into Karina and other stuff. And they found that the guy who won, Lee Jae-myung, who's going to be the president of Korea, his son has been fined multiple times for making lewd comments on K-pop idol like forum posts.
I wouldn't say lewd,
including-
more like sexual abusive.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to go that hard, but yeah, he made
it's not lewd.
disgusting
Yeah.
comments on like Karina fan cam forum posts and stuff like that.
Oh.
It is aggressively bad. It's shocking that Lee Jae-myung is. I'm not gonna go into that.
Yeah, that also came out. So that was a double whammy there. As a result, SM Entertainment said, legal actions if you say bad things about aespa. So, yeah. It was a rough couple of days for Karina. She was getting dragged all over the place, whether it was intentional or not. Yeah. The next thing. So, the Attract people took another L. This one was the Kina claim that An Sung-il forged her signature thing. The court threw that out, said there's not enough evidence. So Attract seems to be losing all of these lawsuits. Yeah. That one's also a thing. Continuing on. Remember that 143 Entertainment, the guy who was accused of sexually assaulting one of the members who now left the group?
Yep.
He stepped down from the group. They are still going through the court system though, but he has stepped down.
Okay.
Kind of good, I guess.
guess.
That's a
I
step in the
guess
right
that's
direction.
better.
Best
All
thing
right,
I've
now
heard
we're
today.
done. Now we're done with the legal nitty gritty. Let's get to the more interesting things. Okay. Let's get this straight. YG
okay.
New Girl Group, right? We talked about that 2 weeks ago. They showed off the first member, Evely. She's 15 years old from Australia. This girl's in the group, confirmed. YG's having a New Girl Group. That's all that we stated that one. But now we have one of the members from there. So you would think, oh, that's big news. That's probably the biggest news. It's not. It's not.
Oh.
The bigger news was the Black Label reportedly preparing to debut a co-ed group produced by Teddy. That's the big thing that happened.
Yeah.
It went even further. We got the name of the group, All Day Project. It's 5 kids over here. We got their names here. Let's look into who's actually in this group, this co-ed group. We got 5 members. Annie Moon, 2002. Tarzan. We got a kid named Tarzan, 2002. Bailey Sok. You probably know her, the choreographer and dancer, 2004. Jo Chan, who's from Show Me the Money season 6, also was a big hit trainee at one point, 2005. Yeah. And then Young So, who's a 2005er as well. Let's go further into this. Who are these people, right? First one, Young So, she won Are You Next with Islet and then dropped out before the group debuted. So that's one of the members.
Remember this. Yep.
That's one of the kids there. Next one, right? This girl who's promoting as Annie is apparently one of the Shinsege heirs to the company.
Ooh.
Oh, that's her. Yeah.
So she is the granddaughter of Shinsege, former chairwoman Im Young-hee, and the eldest daughter of the current chairwoman Chung Yu-kyung. So she's a chaebol kid, dude.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, if you don't know Shinsege, they operate like one of the largest department store chains in Korea. They're rich. They're a massive company. That girl's in the group. Joe Chan, as I mentioned, Show Me the Money 6. He was in Hype Labels, and he was also going to be a member of Trainee A, which was Big Hit's planned boy group in 2021. That fell through, and he transferred to the Black Label. He's in the group right here. Look at him with his contract. He's excited.
Wow.
Next is Bailey Suk, a well-known Korean-American dancer and choreographer. Anita, you know who she is, right?
I know who she is. I did not recognize her. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Different look. She got a different look.
She's in the group. And then finally, we have Lee Chae-won promoting as Tarzan. He's a Korean model and dancer. He wasn't in it too much, but he's in the New Jeans Supernatural music video.
Oh.
This is the male lead of that music video. He was apparently also in Idol's I Do music video. So we got a model boy over here. That is the group.
Interesting name. Tarzan is not anything I would have debuted with at all.
Hey, this is like the first big co-ed thing since Card. Look at this photo. They are stuck in 2015. They're doing it.
I'm so surprised. I was not expecting this group of people together.
I wasn't expecting this group of people so quickly announcing all the members up front. Like, it's crazy how fast this is moving.
Very curious.
One thing I like is everyone thought it was going to be another girl group at Black Label, right? But at least it's a co-ed thing, so it seems like Meow's okay for the moment.
I'm so excited for Woo-chan. I feel like he's my son too.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've seen him grow
next
up.
thing. So Teddy's got a lot on his plate. He's going to be producing the upcoming Blackpink comeback, by the way.
Oh man, busy.
We're still in the Teddy era with them. They started filming the music video in Korea, I think yesterday too. So it's happening, guys. It's a pure Teddy comeback. We'll have to see what he releases.
All right. Here we go.
Next thing we got, they confirmed right here the music video. So that's happening. Boom, they're filming in Korea with a famous overseas director, whatever that means. Not only them, P Nation announces first girl group, Baby Don't Cry. You know who's running the show here? Soyeon is running this group.
Oh.
As in,
I don't
like,
know
Yeah, what do you mean?
She's the main producer of this group, is what is being said.
Producer.
That's
If you Google it, I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
interesting.
Yeah, it says that Idol Soyeon is in charge of the creative direction for the music of the group.
Oh, interesting.
So that's happening too.
That's confirmed. I'm seeing press releases about it. It's the Psy Investment and Soyeon Production, apparently.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. And it's a 4-member girl group, apparently. At least that's what I'm seeing on this chart. But that's, I don't know, it could be more or less.
Well, I'm seeing 4 cherries with eyes, so yeah.
Alluding to
all right, next one, more controversial news. Okay, so Starship has that new group coming called I Did, right? One of these kids ain't gonna be debuting. He dropped out. Park Ju Hwan. So if you haven't been following,
I haven't.
he was accused of a lot of stuff. You know,
Shit, that's a long paragraph. Yeah. What did he do?
Inappropriate behavior, misogynistic attitudes during his time in schools, accusations including sharing disrespectful remarks about women, maintaining questionable relationships, participating in the creation of doctored images of his classmates. Yeah,
No.
He was accused of this. Controversy grew. Starship said, yeah, he can't be in the group, more or less. We're not gonna, he doesn't want to be in the group. The rumors have caused him to suffer a ton of stress. We've decided that it'd be best to allow him to rest and step down from the group, right? We were allowing him to step down. So they're going to continue with 7 guys. But the twist, right? The person who accused him came out and apologized, said it was all fake.
What the heck?
What the heck?
I was gonna say, like, was it confirmed before they dismissed him?
This person came out and said it's all false. I made it all up. And even though they're apologizing, it's too late because this dude already stepped down.
I'm so confused. How did a company like Starship not verify with their artist and like?
I think they took the route that it was too bad, regardless of truth or fiction.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like, when you're at a situation like this, truth is one thing, but like the impact it's gonna have financially is the other thing.
Yeah, so this person came out and said it was me, and I'm sorry, which is ridiculous.
That's so
too late for this kid.
infuriating.
That's fucked up. Oh.
Yeah, they just ruined his career.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Jesus
I don't know what
Christ.
the repercussions of that is, but it happened.
Hopefully there's legal action against this.
Next thing at Starship, they partially won their lawsuit against Sojang, the Akpul bad mouthing YouTuber. They wanted 100 million won lawsuit. They got 50 million won in the ruling. So they got half of what they wanted. But this person's gonna have to fork up 50 G's to the company for slandering specifically Won Young.
I mean, they made a lot of
It's
money
something.
through ads. I'm sure they'll spit something out.
And then finally at Starship. Starship's in a weird situation. They were apparently switched the leader of Gravity without him knowing.
How do you go about doing this?
He stated that Starship didn't discuss with him or the other members about the leadership change in the group.
How? What?
And he stated, I was a little upset with the company. No shit, I'd be too.
Same.
But he said, the other new guys will do well, yada yada yada. But like, that's kind of nuts that they didn't tell this man.
How do you swap a leader without? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like on June 4th, they put out on their fan cafe an official notification saying something about a new start for Gravity, and then that's where they mentioned the new leader, and then Sedim was like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, dude, that's bad, right?
That's so weird.
They didn't even pull them in a room and say, hey, we're switching the leader, sorry. They didn't even tell him this, they just did it. I don't know.
I'm so confused. What happened?
It's man.
I don't know what's going on at Starship.
Yeah.
Next thing. Okay, here are the 154 contestants of
God.
Voice Planet Season 2.
154, did you say?
Yeah, because it's divided between China and Korea. There's like 77 on each show or something.
Oh my god. That's
Oh,
a lot
right.
of kids.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids.
And
my.
everyone said these kids look hella AI. They all look the same, is what people are saying.
I'm sure
But,
AI
yeah.
edited their photos.
Wait, I feel like I heard like there was a member of Very Very here. Hangmin? I have to double check. Some people are looking familiar, so I don't know. Maybe I have to double check this lineup.
Yes, there's Boy Story, the Chinese thing, Very Very 3 members, MCND 3 members, Rippin 2 members, WeI 1 member, DKB 2 members, Quib 3 members, Blitzers 1 member. Oh my god, 9i 1 member, The Wind 1 member. Jesus Christ,
Is this the
There's-
unit? What is going on?
There's 4 guys returning from season 1. That's happening.
Wow.
There's so many.
So many.
A street woman fighter guy, Yumeki, is joining. They said.
Oh,
Oh?
he's a dancer.
Yeah,
Not
he's joining
anymore,
the
he
show.
ain't.
Wow.
No, he's a
Whoa, I
trainee.
need to look at this list. This is crazy.
Three kids from Project 7, which is a competition show in China. 2 kids from Loud, which was another competition show. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm looking at a table on the Korean wiki, Namu wiki, where like it has their name, their birthday, their nationality, what company they're from. And on the far right side, it has a note section, a note column. And nearly everybody on this list right now is like, oh, they were
As
a
a
part
note.
of, yeah, they were a part of this company, out of this trainee, or on this company, or this show. It's like somebody went to Rap
Wow.
Public, somebody went to Loud, somebody went to WIB, somebody was at Universe League, somebody was at The Win, somebody was at Project
Yeah,
7,
literally,
somebody was
Anita,
at Big Big
90,
One.
90% of these contestants have like previous stuff.
Experience.
It's
Dang.
crazy.
On a fun side note,
Whoa.
the Planet Master this time. Do you guys know what this is? The Planet Master this time?
Yeah,
around? Yeah.
No, who is
don't.
it?
It's Kim Dae-jung of JYJ.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty major for him
it is.
to be back
Hey,
on TV
we got
like that.
Hyorin, Justice, Zhaoting. Okay. Isokun as a vocal trainer makes sense. Im Han-byul also makes sense. But okay. Interesting picks.
Interesting. It's gonna be interesting watching.
Oh, Anita Kinky is on the cast.
He's a judge?
He's a judge.
Oh,
He's
he
one
is.
of the judges. Oh shit.
He's a Planet Master.
Wow.
I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, do they want you to watch both K and C, or do they expect you to just watch K? You know what I mean? Like, how is this gonna like?
Well, I have no
Function.
idea. No
Like, what are
clue.
the subtitles gonna look like too? Right? You gotta be subtitling 2 shows, I guess.
Also, why are all the Planet Masters Korean? Well,
Yeah,
I
I
guess
don't know.
Connie's not Korean, but she's not Chinese either.
No,
you know
no.
what I mean?
Jaejung, Xiaoting, and this guy J-Rick are going to be C masters.
Okay. But, okay.
Specifically C.
But, like, Justice, how is he gonna judge Chinese rap?
And then special masters, Hanbin's the K special master, Zhang Hao's the C special master, which makes complete sense.
That
honestly,
makes sense,
does.
yeah.
Mm.
Alright,
Okay. Maybe I'll tune in to see some more Xiaoting. Maybe that'll be all.
I'll tune in to see some Jadis.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll watch the beginning at least. Like, I've been trying to watch
curious.
Woman Fighter. It's a rough watch, guys. For me, it's a little catty. It's woohoo. Oh, it's spicy. They're saying mad shit about each other. It's insane the things they're
usually
saying.
that, yeah.
I did not realize it was that much cattiness. Holy crap. Like, wow. It's surprising. Let's keep going with the news. Next week. Okay, this one's a shitty one. This is not even news. I just wanted to tell you. So, Kang Hae-won of IZNA, right?
Oh.
She left her crappy company. What was it called? 8D Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
They took some of her social media accounts and rebranded the company and those accounts to the new company name.
Hmm?
So her Twitter account has been changed to the company's Twitter now, even though it previously was her account. So people are saying go to those accounts and unsubscribe or unfollow them because it's ridiculous that they would do that.
Well, thank you for the visibility on that.
Isn't that terrible? That's terrible.
Yeah.
It might be within their legal right. Like, we don't know
I
what
get
the
it.
contracts is, but like I don't know. It's still kind of shitty.
Yeah, that one happened. Next one's okay. Cat's Eye is gonna perform Gnarly at the Kids' Choice Awards. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but it's gonna. I just wanted to include that. I thought that was kind of wild.
Is Ice gonna be
Alright,
there?
All right.
I don't know.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I
Is there
hope
like
so.
Is there like a triple censored version of that track? There has to be.
Robotics.
Also, hey, by the way, Megan also came out as bisexual.
Oh, shit.
So that happened too.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So we got 2 bisexual members now.
Lebanese
Laura.
queen.
She just did it on a live stream. It just happened. She just announced it. So
Good for her.
next one, Twice is starting a world tour. So that's beginning there. Kai is having a tour in the US. Dreamcatcher UAU is having a North American tour. VVZ is also touring as well. So those are people announcing tours. Everyone and their mother is touring. That's all the news. It wasn't too long, but there were a lot of spicy things. Next week, in terms of music, this list is probably really outdated. I forgot to update this, but I have Solar, ATEEZ, J-Hope, Artemis, Eyelid, Kang Daniel at a minimum. So those are some pretty big names. I'm very excited for this Eyelid thing.
Same.
Always excited for them. All right. This ends SojuTalk episode 330. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Incoming Snail, Liam's Games and Toys, Natalie, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi, and thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.